Jennifer here. I am one of the territory managers for Group Stahl, and I often get asked, when should I use a cover sheet? Why should I use a cover sheet? Which cover sheet should I use? We're going to spend a little bit of time together talking through our three options. All are great options, but I'm going to really dive in and explain when you should use each cover sheet. Let's first talk about why. Why should you use a cover sheet when you're decorating heat-pressed apparel? Well, various reasons. It can help prevent or mitigate scorching and box marks, platen marks, a lot of different terms for sometimes the same thing. It can really help when you want to save your upper platen. We've all been there. We've applied a transfer, heat transfer vinyl, a screen printed transfer upside down, so it can really help save and protect your upper platen. So many great benefits and reasons why you want to use a cover sheet. Most importantly, it's really used to help protect the fabric and the longevity of the fabric. So let's dive in. We're going to talk a little bit about each one. Let's start with the Kraft Paper. Great tool to have in your toolbox, a must-have in my opinion. We sell it by the pack, 25 sheets per pack. This is a reusable cover sheet. People often ask, well, how many presses can I get out of this single cover sheet? It really depends on what you're pressing. You'll know you need to discard it and grab a new cover sheet if it starts to tinge, turn brown, or possibly absorb maybe the dyes from the fabric or the gases from a sublimated item. You'll know, you'll look at it and you'll know it's time to discard and get a new one. Or you'll make the mistake like we all have and you'll continue to use it and that will press possibly onto your next garment. This is just a great, inexpensive way to help mitigate and reduce platen marks, box marks, even scorching on some synthetic fabrics. Next, we're going to talk about our NonStick 6mm cover sheet. Again, another must-have in your toolbox. This one, we sell it by the individual sheet. You can also purchase it by the yard. Great, great accessory to have. This one is a little bit thicker and coated versus the Kraft Paper, so it's really going to prevent and mitigate even more scorching potential on your synthetic fabrics. And anything synthetic from polyester, tri-blends, spandex, lycra, nylon, anything that is of synthetic fibers really doesn't like a lot of heat and pressure. It's also really important to mention, make sure you're marrying the right heat transfer type to your fabric. If your fabric is heat sensitive, pick a transfer type that applies at a nice low temperature. You add your cover sheet and you're off to the races. So in my opinion, I would have both of these in my toolbox. I oftentimes lean towards the Kraft Paper. It doesn't get quite as hot or retain the heat like our nonstick cover sheet, so it doesn't burn my fingers. It's just a really easy tool that I can grab and use. But if I find that I'm getting a few more scorch marks or box marks or platen marks, I might then reach for my non-stick cover sheet. Again, great. If you're using sublimation or applying to sublimated fabrics, the 6mm non-stick cover sheet is a great option because you can just wipe it down after every press. It's coated, it really easily wipes off nice and clean so you can continue pressing without any issue. Next, we have our flexible application pad. It is a thin, gray, stretchy silicone pad. This is another must-have, in my opinion, for any decorator to have in their toolbox. This is the thickest of the three cover sheets, and this is when you would want to use this tool when you are just getting those nasty scorch marks. You have selected the right product. Let's say you've selected our CAD-Cut Ultra Weed that applies as low as 260 degrees, and you're still getting scorch marks on certain synthetics. Polyester, performance polyester mostly. This is when you can break out your flexible application pad and it really helps prevent the scorch marks. A few little tips and tricks when using this. It is extremely thick, and so it really blocks a lot of the heat from getting through it. So we often get asked, well, what do I do? Do I turn up my temperature? Do I increase my dwell time? What do I do when I use this pad? Very simple. Our recommendation is keep the temperature the same. Don't increase the temperature from the recommended setting for your product. What you're going to want to do is double your dwell time. So if the recommended product applies in 12 seconds, double it to 24 seconds. I also, a little tip and trick with this, I preheat my pad. It's cold and it's thick. So before my first press of the day or my project, I will throw this on my heat press, just like this, and I will preheat it for a good 45 seconds. Get it nice and hot. You only need to do this before your first press. You don't need to do it with every single press. It retains heat beautifully. Now my pad is nice and warm. I can take it off, throw my garment on there, lay my transfer down, and then my nice warm pad on top. Again, doubling your dwell time. This is a great tool to have. I hope that helps clarify for you when to use which cover sheet. All three are must-haves in your toolbox. All three will tremendously help you in your success in heat application. For more information and links to all of these products, check out the links in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow and like us.